mynews.studio.
Picture this, a bulldozer in Bosnia knocking down a dam that's been there for 100 years. Across Europe, barriers like this are disappearing faster than ever. What's driving this surge in dam removals?
Today's date is June 6, 2025. Let's start with the data. Last year, Europe dismantled 542 river barriers. That's up 11% from 2023. And if you look back 4 years, it's a 400% jump. What's changed to make this happen so quickly?
It's being called the dam removal revolution. This year, 23 countries took part. And for the first time, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Croatia, the Czech Republic, and Turkey all removed their first barriers. Just for context, Finland led with 138, France had 128, Spain 96, Sweden 45, and the UK 28. Most of these barriers were small, culverts and weirs, easy to overlook, but together they have a huge effect on rivers.
Right, and the fragmentation is significant. Europe's rivers have over 1.2 million barriers, making them some of the most divided in the world. Since 1970, freshwater migratory fish populations have dropped by 75%. But is taking out barriers really the best solution?
So far, it's one of the most cost-effective ways to restore ecosystems. Removing these old structures has already reconnected about 2,900 kilometers of waterways. That means better conditions for wildlife, fish migrations return, sediment and nutrients flow naturally again, and even people nearby face less flood risk.
But how do they know it's really working? Is there any long-term monitoring to spot problems that might crop up later?
There is. Groups like WWF, the Rivers Trust, the Nature Conservancy, European Rivers Network, Rewilding Europe, and Wetlands International work together. They track every removal, record how many kilometers are reconnected, and look at ecological changes, like whether fish come back and how river health improves. They also check how these restored rivers handle climate shifts.
What about the people living nearby? Is everyone on board, or do some folks push back when a dam is set to come down?
It's mixed, honestly, but now, engaging the community is a priority. Local governments and conservation groups hold public consultations, run information sessions, and get residents and businesses involved in planning. The conversation usually centers on tangible benefits: cleaner water, more fish for anglers, reduced flood risk. That approach has definitely broadened support.
Policy must play a big role here. What's really motivating countries to step up barrier removals this year?
The EU's nature restoration regulation is a big factor. Since August 18, 2024, member states are legally required to restore at least 25,000 kilometers of rivers to free-flowing condition by 2030. They have to submit plans by mid-2026. There's dedicated funding too, both from the EU and through coalitions like Dam Removal Europe.
So, a lot of focus is on removing small, obsolete barriers because it's quicker and cheaper. But is it enough to actually reach that 25,000-kilometer goal by 2030?
That's the thinking. Small barriers, culverts, weirs might seem minor, but together, their removal adds up. They're affordable to take out and make a real difference. Still, scaling up is essential. Franz Scheppers from Rewilding Europe has said every country will need to pick up the pace to meet the 2030 objective.
Let's zoom in on the coalition making all this happen. Who's actually coordinating the effort?
Dam Removal Europe. That's a coalition of 6 organizations: WWF, the Rivers Trust, the Nature Conservancy, European Rivers Network, Rewilding Europe, and Wetlands International. They organize projects, collect data, and push for policy changes. Chris Backer from Wetlands International points out that even with this progress, millions of barriers still fragment Europe's rivers.
Europe's become something of a global test case for river restoration. Could these methods be adapted for places like North America or Asia?
The core steps work anywhere. Identify obsolete barriers, get communities involved, monitor results, and expand as you go. The 2024 record shows that, with the right policies and teamwork, large-scale restoration is realistic.
So if you boil it down, more rivers are being reconnected, fish are coming back, and people are noticing real benefits. The biggest challenge now is moving faster and scaling up.
Exactly. The numbers from 2024 show it's possible. Now the focus is on keeping that momentum going.
That wraps up our look at Europe's dam removal movement, record progress, broader partnerships, and a big target for 2030.
Thanks for joining us. This episode comes to you from mynews.studio. Give it a try, it's free.